we want to have the Pac-Man opening up at a regulated response versus the immediate reaction, right? If you think of it like a math problem, regulated response, immediate action, the Pac-Man is going to this one, okay? We don't have to address every issue that comes up right in the moment. In fact, I think it's a power tool for parents to be able to not respond and just think about it and come up with a regulated response that is actually going to get the results you want. Because when we have an immediate response, we are more likely to make mistakes in the way that we handle it. That's just biology. You're not thinking as clearly because the reason we want to do something is because we're feeling an emotion, which is immediately dysregulating us, which is immediately shutting down our logic. And so waiting to respond actually gives us more power. Now, obviously, there are certain things where you should intervene right away. If your child, of course, the extreme examples, if your child is 2 and they're going to run into the street, you don't want a regulated response. You want an immediate response, right?
Do not wait 90 seconds.
Yeah. You just immediately react in those situations. That is normal. That is expected. But if they are climbing on the cupboard, this happened to me, true story, and dumping out every spice in the cupboard into a giant pile, it's already too late. So a regulated response is better than an immediate response, which may result in anger and yelling, right? And if there is
overreacting
immediate response that's required, what's the smallest amount of response that's required, right? Like, you don't have to overdo it. You don't have to scream and yell and make it like into a huge thing. It's a measured response, even if it has to be immediate.
So I'll share an example from myself when I was a young father, and money was tight. We had way more kids than we had money, and like it was so I would stress about it. And so if the kids would break something or ruin something or waste something, in the moment, my reaction was intense. And I'm like, stop wasting it. Oh, it is the normal stress reaction. You're wasting my money, because I was in a dysregulated state and I was reacting to money's tight. But then in a calm state, usually afterwards when I felt really bad, I was like, wait a minute, am I willing to yell at my kids for $10? And let me ask you, are you willing to hurt your children's feelings and kind of put a rift in your relationship for $20? How about $200? When you're in a good state, you're like, man, it's not even worth thousands of dollars. Okay, say they make a big mistake and it costs me a lot of money. Is that worth damaging the relationship? No way. Right? But when I'm thinking clearly, that's why it's so important to step back and do what Rachel's saying is like, don't respond immediately, step back, get some perspective and be like, wait a minute, I don't have to go crazy on this one, because it's going to hurt them and me. We can teach the lesson.
You can teach the same, because the point's not don't teach the lesson, that it's okay if they waste money. That's not the point. The point is you can teach those lessons, but you can do them in more effective ways with a regulated response, as opposed to an immediate response, which causes the rift in the relationship. And then they actually don't get the lesson, because that's normal human nature, because it was handled poorly. And now they actually just have bad feelings for you.